I am here on Dotonbori Street in Osaka, Japan's culinary capital. Dotonbori is the home of all things street food, so on today's quest for the best, I will be trying Japan's top 5 street foods and comparing them to see which one is truly the best street food. So if you guys are ready, we have a lot to eat. Osaka is known for takoyaki, and here's the very first takoyaki stand. It's a fritter filled with some octopus and usually topped with mayonnaise and takoyaki sauce. It's one of my favorite things, and there's a ton of them that way. It's also a Friday night. This place is insane. I think we need to start with takoyaki. Now, given that takoyaki was invented in Osaka, it was not hard to find our first round. I think this is gonna be the one. It seems like the queue for this one isn't that long, and there's that one right across the way that also looks awesome, but that line looks way longer, and I really wanna try this one, so we're gonna hop into here. They're making so many at one time. I can barely make like 10 at a time. The best way to describe a takoyaki is an octopus fritter. It's a really nice loose batter that's cooked in these round cast iron pans. It's then hit with a giant piece of octopus directly in the center. How? After ordering your round, you get in line and then they top everything off with takoyaki sauce, mayonnaise, and a ton of bonito fish flakes. It's so hot. Oh my God. We gotta find somewhere to eat this. This is our first street food, takoyaki. I've made this quite a few times, never to the skill that we just saw. Seriously, they are masters at what they do, but this stuff is piping freaking hot. So you have to be very careful when you bite into it because it will absolutely disintegrate your mouth. Now this is supposed to be big cut takoyaki, and the pieces of octopus they were putting in there were massive. Itadakimasu. Okay. That's delicious. It's chewy, flavorful, salty. They don't put too much mayo on it. I actually kind of wish there was a little more mayonnaise sauce on here, but overall, the flavor is delicious. This, my friends, is drinking food. But this is just one of many dishes. I'm gonna get back in there. What's really crazy about a lot of Japan that we've seen so far, especially in the popular areas, is the amount of live streamers. I've seen so many people live streaming places like this. So if you guys want to see me live stream like this in the future, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe it'll happen. Now, Dotonbori is packed, and I was spoiled for choice. I really couldn't decide on what I wanted next. Hi. People assume you have a camera and a microphone on, so you're probably a YouTuber. This is when I found my next target. Okonomiyaki? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okonomiyaki is one of my favorite things, and there's actually 2 different styles, Hiroshima and Osaka style. This is Osaka style. Oh, that's a long queue. That's a long queue. This entire queue is actually for the takoyaki and okonomiyaki. So realistically, we could have gotten both from this one line, but now we're gonna wait in here for okonomiyaki. But realistically, these lines aren't too long because I've sent Rachel on a very special mission. It is a Friday night. There can only be one thing to do. Oh, hi. I've only been in line for a few minutes and the guy came up and said the okonomiyaki is almost ready. But Rachel picked us up some highballs because we're on Dotonbori. Cheers. Now, given that we only wanted okonomiyaki, they invited us back towards the kitchen where they were making these things fresh. I was able to watch this masterful chef put these okonomiyaki together, and I could not wait to get my hands on one. These things were about $6 a piece, and they were stacked.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, you too. This, my friends, is okonomiyaki, Osaka style. It is a thick pancake. This one is filled with octopus. It has bacon. The batter itself has a bit of dashi, which is usually like fish broth, right, inside it. It tastes similar to a takoyaki, but it's built thick like a pancake. Oh, we're gonna get that. That octopus has to be in my mouth. Itadakimasu. Oh, hot. It's chewy from the octopus. It has this beautiful crispiness on the bottom. There's so much sauce. The barbecue that they put on top is fantastic. It's basically a Japanese barbecue sauce. This has so much more flavor. Everything from sweet to savory. It's spicy, it's chewy, it's fishy. It's honestly my favorite street food. If you ever have a chance, you have to try this, but there's still more that we have to eat. I don't know where I was going. I still have this highball to drink along with my okonomiyaki. That's a winning combination. I am so full, but we still have 3 more street foods to find. One of the cool things about getting food out here in Japan is we're at 19,000 steps. That's almost 10 miles in a day. We can eat all of this. Look at Spider-Man. Look at that Spider-Man butt. After seeing Spider-Man's butt, Rachel really wanted to try to do a food review.
This ice cream, it's Cremo, right? So it's chocolate with the chocolate and the vanilla. Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's see. Let's try it out. It's really good soft serve. It's a really nice chocolatey taste. The vanilla is really nice. Wait, hold on. Oh my God. It's like, it has like that milky flavor in it. It's like really rich. And it has a really great flavor. The vanilla is actually like more flavorful, I think. No!
It's delicious, everything that she said.
Now the ice cream doesn't technically count as one of our street foods, so I have to make my way to the third street food. Oh my God, a kitty.
That just made my whole night. Oh my God, I want to go take him. We found the Taiyaki spot. This is another very, very famous Japanese street food. It's this wonderful, lightly sweet batter that's going to be filled with a few things, normally with a red bean paste. I'm curious to see if they have different fillings here, but I'm going to go after the red bean Taiyaki because it's absolutely one of my favorites, and getting it fresh to me is not something I get often.
This particular taiyaki stand actually had 3 different versions: red bean, sweet potato, and custard, but I'm here for the original.
Wow, it's so much filling.
These chefs were a master at their craft.
Let's go. We just got our next street food, and that is the taiyaki. The pastry is wonderfully crispy already. I can tell this is gonna be so good. This one is filled with red bean. I'm excited to jump into this. Smells fantastic. Itadakimasu. Burn the hell out of my tongue, but it is so good. The red bean is nice and sweet. The pastry itself is really flaky and only a little sweet, but it's cooked beautifully. Look at the pastry in the middle. You can see there's no raw dough. It's really, really thin, getting for maximum fillage of that anko. Look at how much red bean is in here. Every time I have made these, I've made the batter too thick, so now I'm taking notes. Now, it's time for the next food. Before the next food, there's only one thing that we should do right now, and that's clearly getting a massage. I could definitely use one right now.
No, we're not getting a massage, but we are making a quick pit stop at this wonderful bar.
I think it's time for a highball.
This place just stood out to me. It was right on the corner. It had a bunch of different bottles available, but it was mostly the bartender that got my attention. This guy was awesome. He poured our drinks real quickly. They were relatively cheap, and he even shared one with us. So we had ourselves a highball before we made it to our next food.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Cheers. When in Osaka, we found the next street food. This is A5 Wagyu Yakitori. Way more expensive than it needs to be, but it's getting late and things are kind of closing, so I'm gonna get one of these skewers to see how it is. But I also didn't see that they have chicken and other things available, so that's a lot cheaper.
But that's when I saw my people in the wild.
It's a YouTuber. I want to ask her what her channel is.
We did end up getting their channel name, which I will link down below, but I ordered some yakitori and these things came out within just a couple of minutes.
Oh my God, it looks so good. And I also got this. They were closing, so we'll talk about this in a minute. First this, then this. Let's go. Here you go. Oh! This is the ultimate late night snack, my friends. Yakitori. It was grilled fresh. What was really cool about this place is they handed me a menu and then I could just pick whatever they had on hand, and then they grilled it right there for me. We've been only waiting a few minutes for this. I'm excited to dive in. I'm gonna dig into this first one, which is just marinated chicken thigh. Itadakimasu. Very, very tender, slightly salty. It just like melts in your mouth because the chicken thigh is very fatty. If you're not a huge fan of like the fattier meats, you might not like this because it does have that very fatty mouthfeel, but I find it absolutely amazing. Chicken thigh is a superior chicken meat. This next one is a spicy chicken thigh with leek. Itadakimasu. Oh. This is it. This is the one. This one, nobody cares about you anymore. This is the best one. It's everything that the first one was, but spicy, a little sweet. The leek helps cut everything. Absolutely fantastic. This one is an absolute winner. You have to try this. Now, for the next food. And the final absolutely delicious food is mitarashi dango. This is mochi flour that is then formed into these little balls and grilled fresh on a grill and dipped into this really beautiful brown rice syrup. This is one of my favorite things, and I'm glad I'm ending the night with it. It's chewy, it's salty, it's sweet. If you've never had it before, you deserve to try this. Remember, you can check out this entire series over on Nebula as a Nebula First with my link down below for $2.50 a month, and you can watch the entire series with a few extra clips thrown in. My name is Chef PK, and remember, keep playing with your food.
You're telling me you want more Quest for the Best? Well, if you head over to Nebula and sign up with my link down below, you can watch next week's episode right now, as well as Duelist Mansion. Duelist Mansion is a new series by Patch from Tierzoo where you have to create your Yu-Gi-Oh decks based on challenges given to each participant. It's a wild series and you do not want to miss this. And the best part, if you use my link down below, you can get Nebula for $2.50 a month. My videos always release on Nebula a bit early, and you can watch these with 0 ads, along with all of the other creators exclusive to Nebula. Nebula is creator-owned and creator-operated, and what this means is we have a lot of freedom on the platform. Without Nebula, I wouldn't be able to produce an entire series like this. When I came to them about this entire idea for Quest for the Best, they were on board immediately. I actually get a portion of every subscription made through my link down below to help me sustain series like this. And it's not just my series. A series like Jetlag wouldn't exist without Nebula, and they have a brand new season coming up with Michelle Kare, and I am incredibly excited for this. I've been enjoying Nebula so much that I'm actually buying my mom a lifetime membership this December. Yes, you heard it, $300, pay once, get Nebula for a lifetime. What this actually does for creators is it allows us to invest more and more into making exclusive content over on Nebula. It's a way for us to fund bigger projects just like Quest for the Best, and that means we might get a Quest for the Best too. If you want the best deal you're ever going to get, head over to my links down below and pick up Nebula as a lifetime subscription, or try it out for $2.50 a month. My name is Chef PK, and remember, keep playing with your food.